What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome to the Nerdy Narrative, and hopefully what will be my weekly reading wrap-up, which usually shows up on the channel on Friday. And full disclosure, today is actually Wednesday, September 28th. For those of you who may not be aware, I do live in the Orlando, Florida area, and we currently are under a hurricane watch as Hurricane N was upgraded around 4 a.m. to Category 4. It is currently projected to make landfall somewhere on the west coast of Florida later today, so I decided to get up early, go ahead and get this filmed, try to get it edited and upload it to the channels. Y'all do me a favor, keep your fingers crossed that my fellow Floridians and I experience minimal damage. I do expect there's going to be a power outage, so if you see me disappear from social media for a few days, that's probably why. So without further ado, let's talk about my week of reading, starting with the books that I finished. I mentioned in last week's update, my husband had already started the audiobook for A Test of Courage by Justina Ireland. That is one of the books that is included in the Star Wars High Republic series. It turns out that was more of a novella length than a novel length. He flew through it, really enjoyed it. I started it. I also enjoyed it. It was thankfully an improvement over the last book of the series. So as soon as we're able, we will get a review filmed for that book. I don't believe, as of time of filming, the last review has gone up yet. So you will have that one coming first, which is Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule. The next book that I flew through was Star Mark Rising by Shami Stovall. It is the first book in the Star Mark trilogy. I'm so glad to discover it is part of a trilogy because I need the next book now. Right now. I was excited to find out that the second book in the series has already been published. I will be making room for that one on a TBR very soon. It was that good. In my written review for this one, I made the remark that if I could only use one sentence to describe Star Mark Rising, it would be if the movie Top Gun was set in space. The main character, Clevon DeMarco, reminded me of Maverick so much. The cocksure attitude. He was a superior pilot. He knew it and made sure everybody else knew it. Just all of the adventure, the danger, the thrill seeking. It was a fantastic read. I will link the written review in the description box down below for you all to take a peep at to see if you're interested in reading this one. It's a very fast-paced sci-fi novel. All of the technology and science fiction information is written in a way that's easy to understand and it doesn't hold you up or interrupt your reading experience, so you're able to fly through because that is exactly what you're going to want to do. So those are the only two books that I completed this week. I did start another one. I'm about halfway through as of time of filming, and that is The Legend of Blackjack by A.R. Witham. Holy smokes, what an adventure. I will be completely honest with you all. I went into this one blind as a bat. I knew nothing about it except that tons of my friends have read and loved this book. I have seen so much buzz about it, and recently I believe either in a bookish Discord or on a video about the book, I mentioned how I wanted to read this one. The author messaged me and gave me a code for the audiobook, which the author is the narrator and he does an amazing job. It just has the feel that he's so excited to tell you the story, but he's not going to skimp on the details while he's doing it. The delivery, the technique is just phenomenal. It reminds me of James Marsters, who does the Dresden Files. It's just so good. It's a portal fantasy with everything, including the kitchen sink thrown in. By the time I had reached the 37% mark, the portal aspect being utilized, pirates, magic, trolls, a samurai, dragons, and a gecko. Y'all, I am so excited to finish this story that while everybody else is preparing for the hurricane by getting supplies, food and water, non-perishables, all that sort of thing, I'm over here making sure my Kindle Oasis is charged, all of my portable batteries. If those all die, I've got my iPad charged up with the Kindle app, my laptop as a backup. I have to finish this book, and Hurricane N is not going to stop me. As far as what I plan to read next, I will be starting the collection of body horror short stories by Rob Ulitsky called Fleshed Out. My plan is to read one of these short stories every morning long before I plan to eat breakfast, so I have time to get over whatever it is I may have read. I will be back to posting my daily updates about each of the short stories on my Instagram. Just a quick non-spoiler review or perhaps a quote, something from that story that's going to give you an idea of what it's about. So make sure you keep an eye on my Instagram over the coming days to see what that collection is all about. In the meantime, if you want to check out the book description for Fleshed Out, I will have that linked in the description box below. I'll also have author Rob Ulitsky's website linked so you can get more information. It was so difficult to pick which couple of books off my October TBR to start the new month with, but I finally chose, and I'm going with The Dead Kids Club by Rich Hosek, a revenge story about vigilante justice that has consequences. I am excited. I cannot wait to get into this one. I honestly think I'm gonna fly through this maybe in 2 sittings. Is there any better way to start the month of October than by reading a thriller that's gonna get your blood pumping and your heart racing? I decided to keep that feeling going by choosing another thriller to follow that up with. I'll be reading The Ark for Hell Sands by Ever Dundas. This one will be available for purchase October 11th by Angry Robot Books. And it's a science fiction thriller that explores how the government treats people who have disabilities. It's written in 3 different parts that explores the perspectives of the different people of the society, the haves and have-nots, and I cannot wait to read this one and tell you guys all about it. That is all I have for y'all today. I'm gonna sign off of here and go see if the rain has let up so I can walk Milo and Bandit before the worst of it gets here. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.